Cowboys friends, family, and all you good people in between. What's going on? It's your boy Foots the King. I'm back, and I wanted to do this position series, this position outlook. Every position of not like everybody on the team, but every position, DBs, safety. We'll bunch those together. D-line, linebacker, every position group more or less. Quarterbacks, running backs, and then the offensive line. I'm gonna go in order of like quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, and then so on and so forth. So I wanted to do that one. And this position outlook is gonna be a look back. It's gonna be a look forward. And then it's just gonna be, what are we looking for in training camp, battles, things players can work on, things players did good. All of those things I'm gonna hit just to get us through this offseason. I'm gonna do one a week along with the Cowboys huddle. You guys have been showing a lot of love on that. Me and Joe Rod getting you guys that good information. I thank you guys for showing love. Keep asking questions. I'm gonna hit that. So before I get into any of that, you guys know I'm gonna say thank you, thank you, thank you. Extremely humble. Thank you for letting me be myself. Thank you for growing with me. Shameless plug. The music that you hear playing, don't forget Foots and Coles on SoundCloud. Go check that out. Marley in the Mix is my main band. I play drums with that band. Any of my California followers. For those of you who don't know, music is really what I do. Produce, drums, sing, write songs, do all those good things. So I'm going to be in California this weekend, and I'm going to be at a legendary venue called the Whiskey of Go-Go. Many of you guys who have other interests like music and are into rock and all those things like that, that's a very legendary venue. So if I have any California followers in LA, you guys want to come out to the show, come show love. The band's called Marley in the Mix. If you follow me, that's why I put the @FootsTheKing. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I post a lot of updates on there. Not all the time about football, but more or less just about life. Like, I love football, but my music and my football, they kind of offset me. That's what my mom always says. She's like, all you care about is football and music. You got to do more things. I'm like, nah, ma. It's no point. That's all I need in life. But anyway, thank you guys for just rocking with me. Thank you for letting me give my unbiased opinion. Again, I don't try to be an expert. I like to hear what you guys have to say. I just study up on it, so I know what I know, and I like to get your guys' opinion and not just project. So that's what it is. So, said a mouthful. Now it's time to get to work. The QB outlook. Well, before we outlook or look out and see what this position is, we first have to look back, and we know that the Tony Romo era has come to an end. Now, if I would have told you that this time last year, you would have laughed at me. If I would have told you that Dak Prescott would have had 23 touchdowns, over 3,000 yards passing, a passer rating of 104, completion percentage 67%, nobody would have believed me. Oh, but I did say this time last year, I'm going to always go back to this, Cowboys fans. I always said, and well, this is going to always be my saving grace for this channel and for those who've grown with me. I said this was an A+ pick in Mr. Dak Prescott. But transitioning out of the Tony Romo era and the guy who gave us so much, a guy who was undrafted out of Eastern Washington, excuse me. Great player. Came from nothing. You're looking at this franchise was pathetic before. At quarterback, this franchise was pathetic for about 10 to 15 years before Tony Romo came and really helped us. Basically, not 10 to 15, excuse me. Transitioning from Troy Aikman to Tony Romo was a joke. You had guys like Quincy Carter. You had all these guys. Drew Bledsoe, just Vinny Testaverde. We couldn't do anything. We couldn't do anything, Cowboys fans. You know that. And then out of nowhere, Tony Romo, really not out of nowhere because he was on the roster for 4 years and he really just developed and worked hard. And that was our guy. Then injuries plagued his career. Great quarterback, maybe not a Hall of Fame guy. Injuries plagued his career, and then out of literally nowhere to some of you all, but to me, here comes Mr. Dak Prescott, a very prepared Dak Prescott. The thing that I love about Dak, and this just a life lesson, in anything you're doing in life, you're going to get an opportunity. It's how prepared you are. It's how ready you are. And Dak Prescott was obviously extremely that. Didn't have the biggest arm talent. You're looking at guys like Connor Cook, who was in his draft class, Jared Goff, blah, 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 this, that, and the third, even Carson Wentz. Everybody wanted those guys. Well, if you redrafted today, Dak Prescott will be the runaway #1 pick. And that is pretty amazing. And you think about his position coach, Scott Linehan, helping him, working with him, catering the offense to him. But it wasn't just that. You know, Dak grew. Early in the season, and even in the preseason games, one of my pet peeves with him was speed it up, Dak, speed it up. Footwork, step up in the pocket. Got to be faster, got to be faster. He did that. Throws had to be on point. Footwork. Positioning. Square shoulders. Little things like that. Little subtleties that make you good to great to possibly being a Tom Brady type, an A-Rod type. Now, A-Rod has a lot of arm talent, but Tom Brady did not have that coming out of Michigan. So he had to grow. He had to work at it. And that's what made Dak Prescott so special this year. You can't tell me that a rookie just threw 27 touchdowns by accident, because we had guys like Kellen Moore, he's a guy. Matt Casserole, he's a guy. Brandon Whedon, he's a guy. All these guys, but why couldn't they do what Dak Prescott did? Because he worked at it. He continued to stay on himself. You hear things from Mike Warsick saying that he's a workout machine. But not just a machine, he's able to dissect the playbook. He's able to digest the playbook. So the outlook is there really is no competition. The only competition is himself. And so the narrative now is, will Dak fall off? I don't see it. Not only do I not see it, I see him getting extremely better. I see him making better plays. Because the type of guy that Dak is, he wants to continue to grow. He wants to continue to work. He's very even keel. That's what you need out of your quarterback. Even Tony Romo sometimes was too high, sometimes was extremely too low. He was like a lot like a gunslinger. The thing about Dak, he's going to outthink you. He's going to take when defenses try to stack the box, he's going to hand the ball off. He's not going to outthink it. Tony's doing this, that, blue 90, trying to call a check. Even in that Green Bay game, just hand the ball off to DeMarco Murray, Tony. The Cowboys' history could have changed. It would not be no Dez catch, none of that, if Tony just hands the ball off to DeMarco Murray. He had 120 yards at that time. Had a fumble too, but nonetheless, you're thinking about Dak and how he's going to grow and how he's going to get better. I see Steve McNair plus, because while the arm talent isn't great, he's so efficient, he's so smart, he's not going to put the ball in harm's way. And his arm talent will continue to get better. There's going to be times where we're going to need Dak to win games. And I believe he can do just that. I don't see a drop-off. I see a guy that will continue to get better. The sky's the limit for Dak and his team, and just the fact that we got him, and we got him at a discount rate, and where we got him still, to me, amazes me, and I'm just thankful that he is our quarterback. Now, looking at what's behind him is what scares me. You're thinking about Kellen Moore, and I said it on the Cowboys huddle. He's a guy. If Dak gets hurt, he'll look good throwing the ball for the beginning of the series, maybe toward the end of the series, but he'll never make plays. He'll never make the play. Not really a guy who has great arm talent, and he's so small, and he's short and he's small. He's frail. I think the Cowboys missed the mark in drafting a quarterback. I think that good teams always draft quarterbacks. The Patriots been doing it for years. The Green Bay Packers been doing it for years. They drafted Matt Flynn. They drafted the kid from UCLA, Brett Hundley. Even if they don't pan out and be your starter, you can use them as trade bait. Green Bay does it. Maybe you can get more picks. New England does it. Look at how they've developed Jimmy Garoppolo. I think the Cowboys, because our team isn't quite good enough yet to do that, and we haven't built that. We want to move and build through the draft, not through free agency. But with that being said, we still had holes to fill, so we can't quite do it yet. However, I would love for the Cowboys to get to that point where every year, just draft a quarterback. Every single year. Bring in competition, because I think we missed that mark even with Tony. Didn't have competition behind him. There's something about competition at every single position. Nobody gets, you don't have a feeling of being content. You want to continue to work. It's something about when you see that young rookie. I don't care what they say. When you see him working behind you, like, I better get my ass up. I better work my ass hard. And when Tony felt Dak breathing down his neck, he wanted to come back and play. So my point is, behind Dak were really Austin Appleby. Somebody, one of you guys suggested Gerard Evans. I'm not mad at that, because I like some of the things he does, and it's kind of comparable to Dak, but the Cowboys didn't bring him in for a look. Listen, I could still see the Cowboys doing something behind Dak as far as bringing in a guy, a training camp guy gets cut. Because Kellen Moore if Dak were to ever get hurt, he wouldn't get the job done. That's my outlook for that. Maybe Cooper Rush can challenge. Maybe Austin Appleby for the third position. Maybe they can step up in training camp and make plays. Cooper Rush is a very efficient guy, just doesn't have much athletic ability and doesn't have much arm talent. So I don't know what we would look like there and if he will be able to pick it up like a Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott played in that's the thing. Everybody all around the league is looking for a Dak Prescott. Doesn't happen every year. He's a one in a kind. So when you get him, you got to make sure that you place good and even great behind him so he can learn. But, you know, Cooper Rush, Austin Appleby, even Kellen Moore, I would like somebody who could possibly challenge just to keep both of them sharp and still. So that's my outlook. Preferably nothing does happen to Dak Prescott, but you got to understand the quarterback position is the most important position on the field. So 2017, I'm watching, will the Cowboys, in training camp, will we do something? Will we bring a guy in? Will we be content with letting Austin Appleby try to win the second spot? Let me know what you guys think about Austin Appleby. He's an okay player. Cooper Rush, all you guys up in the Michigan area, what do you guys think about him? Let me know what you guys think about our backup quarterback position, because while I do think that Dak is the guy, and we all know that, that's not breaking news here, behind him, it's your boy Fuss the King. Listen, shameless plug. Follow me on those medias. The music that you're hearing throughout this video is my music. We created, was not my music, but I created with a partner of mine. So it's very important to me that you guys can, follow the other pages. Everything is in the description box. And if you're in LA this weekend, come see my band play, man. The Whiskey A Go-Go. We're going to be playing on Sunday at 10:30 p.m. West Coast time. So let me know what you guys think. It's your boy Fuss the King. Thank you for watching this video. Peace.